They say negotiating is an art. I'd argue that it's an art form that we learned very early on. Mom, may I please go to a skating rink this Friday? Everybody I know will be there. Please, pretty please, with a cherry on top. I promise I will do the dishes every day this week if you just let me go. Now, while in business, you won't be negotiating any skating rink parties or asking your advertisers to cut your rates with a cherry on top. Running a cost-efficient advertising campaign, whether that be online, print ads, billboards, radio, or television, does require that you get super comfortable with wheeling and dealing the terms and conditions of your advertising contracts. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 key factors that you'll want to negotiate to get better pricing on your ads. Hi y'all, I'm Vivian Walton, the Seasoned Marketer, and my channel is all about sharing marketing tips, tools, and tactics with resourceful business owners. One of the most popular ways for you to increase your business's visibility is to advertise. But how do you know what you can or can't negotiate when you're signing these ad contracts? Well, for starters, everything can be negotiated. But in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 key factors that you're going to want to pay special close attention to so that you can add value and get the best rates possible when you're signing these contracts. Bonus, there's actually a 4th option that you should be considering whenever you're negotiating these ad contracts. Now, I'll send you the information this Thursday in my email. If you're subscribed to my email list already, no need to worry. Just check your inbox on Thursday and you'll have the information there. Now, if you're not subscribed to my email list yet, just go to the link below and sign up today. Before we discuss the 3 key factors, there is one really important step that I want you to take before you meet with any ad reps. And please do not skip this step. First and foremost, you must decide what your goal is and what you're trying to accomplish in placing this ad. This will affect and it will determine what your priority is when you're negotiating these rates. For example, if your goal is really specific, like let's say you have a promotion that you're wanting to advertise over the next 2 weeks, you know that your priority is going to be to find the best positioning or placement of your ad because you have a short amount of time to do it in and you're trying to get more eyeballs on that particular ad. Or let's say that your goal is broad, and for this particular ad, you're just wanting to raise brand awareness. Then you know that your focus and priority is going to be on consistency and the length of the contract. So a longer contract will probably serve you better than something that's just a month long or 2 months long. Like I said, you want to decide what the priority is so that you could go in, take a look at these 3 areas and decide where can you give a little in and where do you want to get the most out of. All right, so now let's go in and talk about the 3 key factors that you want to consider when you're going in and negotiating better ad rates. Factor number 1, placement or positioning. One of the key factors that you want to look for whenever you're placing an ad, no matter what type of ad, is where the ad is going to be displayed or presented. Now, not all ads are created equal. I know that's shocking, but let's take, for example, magazines. The best places for the ads to appear in a magazine are the back of the front cover and that back cover. Now, here's the thing, those spots are typically considered premium spots and usually have a heftier price tag, which is reasonable. Now, when it comes to online banner ads, the ads that get the most eyeballs are at the top of the page, also known as the leaderboard, and also the skybar positions, which those are typically a little more expensive as well. When you're negotiating your rate, don't forget that there are other ways that you can make your ad more valuable and effective. And one of those ways is not just asking them to lower the price of the ad, but instead maybe asking or requesting that they give you a premium position. For example, let's say that I'm talking to a local news station and I'm wanting to place an online banner ad on their website. Now, what I'm looking to do is sign a 3-month or 12-week contract. What they're offering me for that particular contract is an ad right here. I can ask them and see if they're willing to keep all terms equal, but instead for 1 week, give me a skybar position, which is this position right here. So while I didn't lower my price, I did indeed increase the effectiveness of an ad. So getting that premium position means I'm going to get more eyeballs on the ad, which is exactly what I want. If you're dealing with radio or television ads, take a look at the time slots. If a radio station brings you a contract where you see that most of the ads would be airing from that 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. time frame where listenership is typically low, then see if they can negotiate or move any of those ads into the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. time frame. And the reason for doing that is that's the peak time that people are sitting in their cars driving to work. Now, you may not get them to agree to move all of them into that prime time simply because the ads are more expensive, but any percentage of them shifting over to that 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. would be a win for you. Factor number 2, size. Depending on what type of ad you're placing, size can be an extremely important factor, and it can also be a factor that you can negotiate outside of dropping the price. Let's say you're looking to sign a year-long contract to advertise in a glossy magazine. The magazine publishes once a month, and you've committed to a quarter-page ad in each issue. Since you signed a year-long contract, 12 months, that is guaranteed money for the publisher. It wouldn't be too far-fetched for you to try to include in the contract that they give you a bigger sized ad somewhere within those 12 months. You ask them that for 1 month, instead of the quarter-page ad, that they upgrade you to a half-page ad, or maybe if you're feeling lucky, go ahead and ask them for a full-page ad. All other terms staying consistent, you're getting added value by increasing the size of your ad and not paying extra for it. And lastly, factor number 3, length of contract. One of the most effective ways for you to drop your price per ad is to extend the length of the contract. Just like anything else, when you buy more in bulk, it tends to drop the price per item. So when you extend the length of a contract, you're actually buying more of whatever ad over a period of time. For example, I'm speaking to the local newspaper representative about placing an ad in the newspaper for the next 2 months. The rep brings me a contract that shows the following: a full quarter-page ad that runs every Wednesday and Friday for the next 8 weeks for a total of $5,200. When I do the math, that comes out to 16 full-color quarter-page ads at $325 per ad. Since every week the newspaper would run 2 ads total, I would pay $650 per week. Now here's the rub. I've only budgeted to spend $600 per week, which would mean I'm asking them to drop the price of every ad by $25. Now, over 8 weeks, that turns out to be $400. I am not entirely confident that I could go in there and say, hey, drop the price in this total investment from $5,200 to $4,800. But there's another way I could try to get around that. I can negotiate and see if they're willing to keep the contract terms the same and simply add 1 more week onto the length of the contract. If she gives me 1 more week, that's 2 extra ads, and it drops my price point per ad to about $289 or $578 per week, which is under my $600 per week budget. You've kept the total investment the same, but managed to squeeze in more value by getting 2 extra ads into the contract. Now, as with any negotiation, you may not get everything that you're asking for, which is why I recommended to you that you go in and prioritize what is most important before you sit down and negotiate your contract rates, because then you'll know what is a priority and what you're willing to give a little more on. Just don't be afraid to negotiate on any of these factors within the contract. Advertising representatives know that rarely does a contract get signed on first pass. And as for you, well, negotiating rates is a good business practice, plain and simple. All right, now that we've talked about the 3 factors, don't forget to sign up for my email distribution list so that on Thursday I can send you that secret 4th factor that you'll want to consider whenever you're negotiating your ad rates. Every Monday I release a video just like this one where I share information with you that could help you save time and money when it comes to marketing your business. If you want to stay up to date and current with the information I'm putting out there, I highly recommend that you go and like my Facebook page. You can find me under The Seasoned Marketer, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget, I have a website, www.theseasonedmarketer.com, where you could download some freebies and watch all past episodes. Thanks again for tuning in to another Monday Marketing Minute. I'll catch you guys next week, same time and place.